I got the food. Come on, guys.
They can't.
Oh, right.
Pig, 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 pig.
Come on, pig.
Oops, we lost one.
Pig, 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 pig. Good, pig. Big, 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 big. There's your food. Eat up.
Big, big, big. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Well, Beatrice, come back.
Hey, guys.
How's that going for you, Ben? So I didn't catch it on video, but the other day I came in here and was working with them and adjusting their fence and such, and I forgot to turn the fence back on, and so I left for a few hours. Daughter had a soccer game, and I came back and the pigs were playing in the pasture, and they came running and they were so excited that we were home. But unfortunately, it seems like they may have enjoyed their exploring. Big, big, big. Big, 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 big.
Oh, they don't want to go by the fence. That's the problem. There's no fence here. Come on. Here we go. There you go. This way. You did it. Oh, there you go. You did it. You did it. Oh, wrong side.
That was exciting.
We did it.
Huh, girls? What do you think? And look at how nicely tilled they got this area. This is gonna be our orchard someday. You could see all these wire cages. We had to cage up all of our fruit trees because the deer were getting them. So maybe something we should have known before, but you live and you learn. So what do we have down here, Ben?
We have 2 peach trees right there. Behind me, that's a persimmon. Apricot, or apricot, however you say it. And there's a couple pears over there in a little triangle. And then down there's an Asian pear and a Santa Rosa plum.
Is that like 8, 10 trees? Remember?
That's 10 trees right here. And then we have the 3 other little trees that are gonna go in the greenhouse. Well, 2 now. We had 2 lemons and a pomegranate, but the goat decided to chomp off the top of one of the lemon trees. So this is our pig fencing we got from Premier One. It's their starter kit. Comes with a charger, solar charger, and 2 fences, which we thought was kind of weird because the chicken starter set just came with 1. But now we realize when you're moving them like this, it makes it a lot easier to have 2 fences because you can just set the next one up. Or if you wanted to have more pigs and wanted to do a bigger area, you can just connect the 2 fences together and you could have double the space.
Really good to use these pigs to root up this area. And look at how good they made it. They didn't get all the grass over there, but I want to keep grass here. So it's good.
Better than me having to till it all.
Let's see what's in the seed bank now. See what comes up.
Hopefully no more roses.
They probably will, but we could dig them out now that they're not overwhelming.
It's true.
It was all, this whole area was covered in brambles like this, but higher.
Like, this
Like-
tree was not here.
The tree was buried in brambles. So you can imagine these roses were up to the tops of that tree over this entire pasture area, which we are turning into the orchard. An old shed down there. But if you look, these are all apple trees in the distance here. And so we're hoping that with some pruning, you can see we've been working on it a little bit. With some pruning, we could get these apple trees to produce good apples. We had apples on them. They were just small and not sick, but just kind of small. I mean, the trees were totally overgrown. That's what you would expect. Okay, today is garden day. We need to get this place cleaned up and get the rest of our garlic in. We have some lingering summer garden that we're gonna take out.
For diamonds.
Are you? All right, here it is. This is our
Ready?
this is our garden, our first garden.
You want to do it?
So, the update. What should we tell them? We have been mowing like crazy. If you look around, mow, mow, mow.
And we got a shed. We got a garden. We got clothesline. We got a mower.
It is June 24th, and a lot of the plant starts are, well, there's not a lot of plant starts. So we've been having a hard time. I didn't think that I was gonna get a garden this year. So I'm pretty stoked to even just have a garden, but finding starts is not doing very well. So we're gonna look at a couple more places. We're kind of just getting what we can get. As you can see, these peppers right here were the only peppers available, and they are a little leggy. So hopefully we get them in the ground and they'll be okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm just glad to be able to grow anything this year because I didn't think that was gonna be possible. And there you have it. For a quick tour, this is our salad bed, which is really densely packed arugula and spinach and carrots and some different varieties of leaf lettuce. And then again, bunch of carrots. We actually like to use the carrot tops in our salads. We shred them up like an herb and it gives it a really strong, wonderful carrot taste. And then, as you can see, I had some extra brassicas that didn't fit in the other row. And so I just put them over here, which I'm glad because they didn't get eaten by the bugs as much as they did over there in the big garden. So I believe this is all broccoli. Like I said, these were just extra brassicas that I didn't know what to do with. So I put them along here and it's worked out pretty good. This next row is kale and chard. I would have put a lot more kale. I think I did do more and it just didn't all come up. So we eat a lot of chard and a lot of kale. But at this point in the season, I don't think I could start anymore. So next year. And then we have some lingering basil, some pansies in the front, some chives, thyme, mint, and rosemary. Little herb garden right there. We like to put lots of flowers and lots of herbs in our salads, and we eat a lot of salad. So that's what that's all about. Up here we have rutabagas. we've been enjoying rutabagas. This row has gotten thinned out quite a bit and will be more. I think I'll do more rutabagas in the spring for sure. These are some Egyptian walking onions that we got from our neighbor, and they've been growing in this holler. Our neighbor lives right up at the end of the holler. And they've been growing here for 100 years. He says he got the seeds from his mom, who got them from hers. So pretty cool. We have some radishes here. Up here was our last radish patch, and so you can see some of them are flowering.
I make the flowers.
We have some oregano and some calendula, also for the salads. And then this bed is garlic. That is freshly planted garlic. Apparently I bought a lot more garlic than I thought. I thought it was all gonna fit in this one row, but I have about 2 more rows worth. So these beds are
About 15, 20 feet long, 2 foot wide.
2 foot wide. So I did a 2 foot path and then a 2 foot bed and a 2 foot path and a 2 foot bed. And we just kind of cut them into the hillside, and it's working out really well.
Are there 10 of them?
I think, yeah, 10 beds. So then we have, in this row, we have some kohlrabi and some lingering banana peppers. As you can see, the sunflowers are drying. We're gonna save seeds from those. We had peas and cucumbers down along that trellis. That's gotta come out today. This next row, apparently our straw had more seed in it than I would have thought. But this row right here, I put straw down on top of some onions that we put in. Anyways, this is our onion bed. And then I'm experimenting with some paper. I think it helped. Lingering basil, we'll probably dry that. Take out these panels for the season. We have basil. Oh, I planted something down here. More brassicas. Anyways, there's lots of things to do. Oh, our cucamelons did great. Those have to come out now though. We're at frost time, so. And then there was watermelon and some lemon verbena, parsley. This top 2 rows, it was funny right after we got here that we just got anything we could. It was mid-July and we had just gotten on here, this land, and we had dug these beds and we tried to find starts because we weren't gonna get anywhere with seeds. So we just went to every nursery we could find and bought their scraggly leftovers. And they did pretty good.
They did really well. Tomatoes, there's so many tomatoes in this garden.
They all rotted. We have to learn about that.
Yeah, we got the blight, they call it.
Anyways, today this is the big project, cleaning this up, which is one of our favorite and most rewarding jobs.
I love working in the garden and seeing it planted.
Yeah, it just makes such a difference. So here we go. We got to do the chores first.
Chores first, always.
Chores first. Is it milking time, Bambi? All right, here we go. Okay, first project, top 2 rows. They don't even look like rows right now. Okay, now we've got these beds a little better defined. There's still more to do, but for now, work on these two. We left a little bit of borage. I love borage. Borage is an edible flower. We always like to put it in our salads, but it's also really great for the soil. I'm sure there's a bit more benefits to it. I just can't remember them right now. I've always grown borage along with all of my gardens. This, I thought when I bought it, I was buying a salvia, but it's actually called a vermillionaire, and I'm not quite sure what it is. It's pretty though, and so we just keep it. Then we have a couple of marigolds. I'm not sure what those do in the winter. Maybe they'll die, who knows. Got some soil. There's some chamomile that didn't really do very well. Let it stay there. Fennel, we use the fennel fronds in our salad. We save the fennel seeds to eat. And the fennel flowers are pretty. They attract pollinators. So we always grow a little bit of fennel in all of our gardens. And then more marigolds. We have some parsley and we have some lemon verbena. But actually, I think we're gonna move the lemon verbena. Oh, but look what I just found in the garden. It's not gonna bite me, is it, Ben?
I don't know.
Hello? Where did you go?
Did you lose him?
Oh no, did I lose him?
There he
Oh,
is.
nope, there he is. Little friend. See, this here is our path that has become our path to our goats. And originally I put the beds too close to the garden shed. So we're gonna move it. The end caps over. We always like to put either flowers or herbs at the end of each of our beds. I feel like it's a good kind of cap. Usually they're perennials, things like flowers or herbs, things to bring in pollinators, things for us to have salads with. That's just kind of how we've always done it. So this here, I've never grown lemon verbena before, but this is lemon verbena, and it's gonna go down to the next row just to give ourselves a little bit wider of a path. And it's pretty easy to do with these plants. They're pretty hardy. Just pop it into a new spot. Just make sure you get a big enough root ball to be able to move it. Okay.
You'll know if you did it right.
Yeah, it'll probably shock a little bit and then it'll be just fine.
Okay.
All right, next step. We are going to throw some amendments onto these beds, some rabbit droppings and some mushroom compost on this. That's just kind of what we have. We got at the local soil place. We got some compost and mixed in some mushroom compost. So trying it out. It seems to be working really well. Okay, that was a pretty good little morning workout. We've got both these beds ready and prepped. Okay, so what it looks like we've got here, we have 5 bulbs of a Siberian hardneck. There's 6 bulbs here, which I think I kind of underestimated how much that was. It's a lot of garlic. And then I have 4 bulbs of this one, and this is a chestnut red, and that's also a hardneck. So I did the soft neck California down the hill. So we're doing 2 hardneck varieties here. There's a little less space in this top row just because of the other things that we have planted here. So we're gonna put the chestnut red up here, and we'll put the Siberian down here where we have more space. Okay, first step, we're gonna break these up into their individual cloves. Get off the extra paper, but leave it kind of like this. And we're gonna plant this side down. That's the root side, and this is the top side. So we're gonna plant it right down on the ground like that. Okay. Then, as we go down this row, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these, like I said, root side down, and we're just gonna push it into the ground just like that and have the top just barely sticking out. What was it, 4 to 6 inches?
Yeah.
So this is a more narrow row. I think we need to do 3. Right?
Yep.
So it's about 4 inches.
And then you go this way.
4 to 6 inches, I think. 6 inches. Some people say 6 to 8. So we'll try to stick to 5.
There we go. Right
That
in
is
the middle.
definitely not 5 inches. Okay, and then after we do that, we'll add some straw and set this away for winter. We got 2 whole rows of garlic planted. We're gonna put those to bed for winter. I've never grown this much garlic. I've never grown garlic in North Carolina. I've never lived in the snow. Well, not really. In college, but that doesn't count. So we'll just have to see what happens. So what I learned from my new friend, Melissa Norris, the Pioneer Gardener, is that what it's called, the Pioneer Garden? Is that I don't want to plant tomatoes here again because that fungus that we had could transfer to the tomatoes again. That was never a problem that we ever dealt with in Healdsburg. In California, my tomatoes grew beautifully in the same spot every year. Granted, we amended it, but people have told me I was growing tomatoes in Disneyland. And now I have reality. So we won't put the tomatoes back here. Did you fix him? Let me see. Smell better? Okay, I think we're just about done for today. We've now got 2 rows of garlic. This is some leftover basil, but I'm not really that worried about leaving it because I also interplanted some collards and I'm just gonna let those grow, and if the basil dies back, we're still using it. We put it in all of our salads, so I'm just fine with that being there. The same with this row. These were our 2 tomato rows. And so this one, I'm a little unhappy with. I thought straw wasn't supposed to grow.
Straw's not supposed to have any seeds in it.
Anyways, that's what's going on there. So it's quite weedy, but I'm not gonna mess with it too much. This one I have the kohlrabi left behind. There's still some peppers that we're eating. We're gonna pull those and eat those. This is our 3rd garlic row. And then there's the greens that I showed you before. So this garden is pretty much done for the winter. I would say overall this was our little kitchen garden and it was fabulous. Any reviews on our kitchen garden?
Greens, greens, glorious greens. But no, it's pretty awesome. It was beautiful to throw it in 3 days after we got here and how much we've yielded from it.
Are you glad we did it?
So glad. It was tilled by hand.
A lot of people told us we were crazy because, you know, we didn't have anywhere to live.
Yeah. But then You're supposed to build your garden first and then build your house. Look that up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to get cleaned up here and get started on the next project. I'm not sure what that is right now. Have a good day.